According to Sukuri, 1 in 25 WordPress websites gets hacked. And according to WordFence, the average WordPress website is attacked once every 23 minutes. So these should convince you to install a security plugin and protect your WordPress website. In this video, I'll show you 5 free WordPress security plugins that will protect your website from hackers. These are some of the security features that I look for in a security plugin: firewall, malware scanning, security monitoring, login security, brute force protection. Firewall will protect your website from hackers as well as bots. Malware scanning will scan your website for any malicious content in your files and plugins. Security monitoring would be active monitoring of anytime you install plugins or any file changes. It will monitor if there are any hacking problems. Login security is having strong passwords, having multi-factor authentication. Brute force protection is the hackers constantly trying to access your website with username passwords by brute force methods. So this protects against that. The first security plugin we'll look at is the WordFence, which has comprehensive security feature tools. Now, WordFence has active 5 million installations, which shows that it's quite reliable and lots of people have been using it for several years now. With the free version of WordFence, you get a firewall, but signatures are delayed by 30 days. It doesn't cause any issues as such, just something to note. It does have malware scanning. You do have login security with the multi-factor authentication. So multi-factor authentication means you have your password to log in, but in addition, you also get a code on your mobile that you need to use to log in. So it enhances the security for the login. It has brute force protection, so your website don't get brute force attack, and it also has spam protection. Let's look at installing WordFence and how the basic dashboard and features look. So this is my dummy WordPress website. Go to plugins, add new plugin, search for WordFence. You want to install this plugin, WordFence Security. I've already installed and activated it. That's why it's showing as active. Once I've installed WordFence, created a user, got the key and set it up, this is the dashboard. Here you will see you have firewall. It has malware scanning. You will hit start new scan. It starts scanning all your files. It has login security, which is this two-factor authentication that I mentioned. I really like this feature. It's already included in this. You can set it up once with your mobile phone and you get a code on your mobile and you use that to log in addition to your password. The next free security plugin we look at is Solid Security. There are 900,000 active installations for this. What I like about Solid Security is easy to use. Initially, you will get a basic list of questions when you install and you answer those and it will get set up. With Solid Security free version, you get a firewall, malware scanning, vulnerability scan, which will scan your plugins and files for any vulnerabilities. Login security with the two-factor, multi-factor authentication and the brute force protection. Let's look at installing Solid Security. In the WordPress plugin, search for Solid Security, install the Solid Security plugin and activate it. And in Solid Security, you see this basic types of questions. You answer that and it will automatically get set up. So what type of website is this? Enable the security check. Is it your own website or your client website? Do you want to secure accounts with a password policy? So how strong is the password? You want to set up two-factor authentication, set up the firewall, set up the site check, site scan scheduling, user group, password requirement if you want strong passwords. We want to get notifications in the complete setup. So it asks you basic questions and it's set up very easy to use. Let's check the dashboard. The dashboard gives you the overview of the security plugin and you can see on the left it has the site scans with your malware scanning. It has the firewall, the vulnerability scan. This is the site scan. This is the firewall, vulnerability scan, the user security with your two-factor authentication. The next security plugin is All-in-One Security. It is a comprehensive and easy to use security plugin for WordPress. There are 1 million active users of All-in-One Security, which shows that it's reliable and used by many people. With All-in-One Security, you get firewall, you get file and database security, you get brute force protection, you get spam protection, but there is no malware scan, and with login security, you don't get this two-factor authentication. Let's look at installing and using All-in-One Security. In WordPress plugin, search for All-in-One Security. Install and activate this. You want to set it up initially. Here you get the basic settings of All-in-One Security. User security is your users in WordPress, their basic username, password and things. So it will give you a gauge of how secure it is and what steps you need to do to make it more secure. Same is the case with database security. Your WordPress database, does it have this default name and can you change it for it, improve the security? File security, what steps you can take to improve the security of your WordPress files. The firewall related settings, brute force protection related settings, comment spam related settings. It will detect file change issues, but it will not have a malware scan in the free option. Defender security is another security plugin available for free. So it has a lot of options in it. Like we have the basic firewall, brute force protection, malware scan, and login security, including two-factor authentication. Now the firewall over here is a basic firewall. In WordPress plugin, search for Defender security, install and activate it. This is a dashboard for Defender security, giving an overview of your security recommendation, malware scan issues. You get a basic firewall. You don't get this web application firewall, which is only included in the pro version. Malware scanning is included in the free version. Basic firewall is included in the free version, and the two-factor authentication is also available in the settings of the free version. The last security plugin we'll look at is Ninja Firewall. So as the name suggests, it's a firewall, but it does have additional features that we need in a security plugin. There are 100,000 active installations, so pretty good plugin to use. You get a firewall, you get the malware scan, but it's a separate plugin. You don't get it default in this particular plugin. You have brute force protection, you have file monitoring. There is no login security, unfortunately, so you'll need a separate plugin if you want something like two-factor authentication. In WordPress plugin, search for Ninja Firewall. You want this particular plugin, install and activate it. Now in the Ninja Firewall dashboard, you see the details of the firewall. You can change the settings in the firewall option. The monitoring option shows you the file checks that are in place. Now for malware scan, you need a separate plugin. They have their own plugin, Ninja Scanner, but you need to install that separately. Ninja Firewall does have basic login protection with brute force attack protection. It doesn't have two-factor authentication. Again, you'll need a separate plugin like a WordPress two-factor authentication plugin if you want to use that. Now you have no reason to risk your WordPress website. Install any of these free security plugins to immediately start protecting it against hackers. You'll find link to all the security plugins in the description below. Now installing a security plugin is great and a must if you want to protect your WordPress website, but there's a lot more you can do to protect it. Check this video I created that shows you how you can take additional steps and ensure that your website never get attacked by hackers. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.